So do you want the rant at the beginning
No,
or
no, no,
the end?
no. Save the rant for now. I want to talk about the Jake Paul fight.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. You don't want this heat because that was part of the rant. Because it
Zero shush. We have to wait till Doc pushes the button.
My asshole is so tight right now. You couldn't. A fucking flea couldn't crawl up in there.
And that's the intro to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Go ahead. Jake Paul fight. Not okay. Jake Paul. Brent Tyson exhibition match, which was not sanctioned, meant absolutely nothing, and I've heard everything on social media from the fight was real to the fight was scripted to that's not Mike Tyson, it's an android. So go for it, Zero.
Okay, that one's new. That one I hadn't even heard. But I will say this. That was in fact Tyson. The fight was in fact rigged.
I don't know.
It was very much rigged in favor of Jake Paul. You could tell that Tyson wanted that in the early part of the fight that Tyson was ready to knock his fucking head off.
Should have done. Would have been,
oh yeah, no,
it
should no. I 100% agree. Tyson should have just rolled his fucking skull across the mat, but it didn't happen because, based off of what I've heard of the contract, which again, you know, very possible that that what I'm hearing is not true. So take this because I don't have confirmation. But Tyson was being paid on a sliding scale, and that that if you notice the first punch that was thrown by Tyson where he connected, and when they grappled shortly thereafter, it looked like Paul was saying something to him almost. Legitimately could have just been, hey, listen, you're not going to get paid if you keep going this way. I don't like Jake Paul. And part of me hopes that it's not rigged, that was just Tyson is old, but based off of the training videos and the training footage and the sparring footage that we saw of Tyson, there is no possible way that man was that gassed that quickly. It's not possible. I've been watching boxing since I was a kid. I don't know of any fighter that is retired now that still trains on a regular basis like Tyson does that would be that gassed that quickly.
What we should take from the Zeros to never box you in.
Oh my god.
Acceptable.
Or ring your bell, I guess.
Something
Acceptable.
Like that.
I don't know. The last time, I am not going to be jumping on any conspiracy theory ideas about this fight. The last time we saw Tyson fight a couple years ago was against a fellow 50-plus-year-old former fighter.
Right.
This was against 27, 28?
Yeah, 27-year-old.
27-year-old, who is just as big as him, unlike the last fight that Tyson was in, if not bigger. No, he was definitively bigger than Tyson. I mean, that's undeniable. He was bigger, stronger, faster, younger. Not going to say he's a better boxer, but at this point, yeah, Tyson had. It looked for pretty much every round after Tyson had a minute to catch his breath. In every round, there was a legit 15 or 20-second period where Tyson looked like he had a chance to knock Jake Paul out. once they got past that point, Tyson was breathing heavy and turtling up and just waiting, and throwing occasional counters. I don't believe it was fixed.
I just have
I
to.
think, yeah.
I looked at the stats here. So Jake Paul's 6'1", Tyson is 5'10". They both weigh. Tyson weighs 228. Paul weighs 227. So they're the same weight, but Paul has 3 inches on Tyson, and almost 20 years. Oh no, more than 20 years. He's in 30 years. He's 27 years old. Jake Paul is 27 years old.
Yeah.
He was born in 1997. I have porn that's older than him. Shit. Anyway, I didn't watch it. Because I didn't watch it because, oh, I'm a cool kid. I didn't watch it because I don't really care. It's a Jake Paul fight. I don't think he's ever... Has he been up against one actual relatively well-known former boxer and sweat against that
hang
dude?
on. There was a list that was put out earlier.
Jake Paul is a show fighter. That's his shtick.
Yeah, he's not a real competitive ranked.
Because getting hit in the head hurts. I know this. I don't enjoy it. I understand that sentiment.
So he's faced Tyrone Woodley, Anderson Silva, Tyson, Nate Diaz, Ben Askren, and Tommy Fury. I think those are the only fighters that he's fought. Everybody else is...
And of all those people, only Tommy Fury and Mike Tyson are boxers. All the rest are MMA fighters.
Yeah.
I know you said Tyrone Woodley, but all I think of is Shelley Woodley, and that's Jake Paul fighting Shelley Woodley is hilarious. A hilarious image in my mind. She's the lady who did she's the star of Divergent and Insurgent and those movies. Shelley Woodley.
Nate Robinson, former NBA star. He fought a fucking NBA player. He's fought a YouTube star, 2 YouTube stars, a British rapper. Sorry, Deji. So brother of KSI.
And a boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
He's fought Tyrone Woodley twice. Anderson Silva. And then he got called out by, I forget who it was, the current undisputed light heavyweight champion. And he, like, non-answered him. And the fighter came back and said, I see you answered or that you replied to me, but you didn't answer the question. When are we doing this? And there won't be a response because Paul, like you said, Jake Paul is not a actual boxer. He is a show fighter.
Which, whatever.
So, I wouldn't even call him a prize fighter because prize fighters. Yeah.
No, I'm sure out of this event, the only other thing that popped up on social media was the poor. Actually, it was Linus who said it first in our chat, and then it was everybody the day after said that the streaming quality of the Netflix was just like it was dog shit.
Oh, it was. I am dreading because Monday Night Raw is moving to Netflix starting in January. I hope they have this shit fixed. I don't think they're going to have near the viewership that this fight had, but if they get even a quarter of it, it could. I foresee issues, and that's not going to be good.
Yeah. I can understand how stuff like this would be frustrating for people who actually like boxing, because it's like you're taking an actual sport that has a lot of history behind it, sometimes a lot of painful history, with like racial tension and with just like, a whole mess of societal baggage attached to it. You're taking that and you're taking an evolution of a sport that is real and requires real perseverance and talent and skill, and you're sort of, not to dunk on WWE, it's very much the same thing, but one of those is very definitely entertainment. One of them is very definitely, it's a script. The stunts are real in WWE. People do get hurt, people do bleed, people do have to have skill to pull off those moves. But it's choreographed, and that makes it all the more interesting to watch for me whenever I catch it. But that's not the same as, having boxing that used to be an Olympic sport. Is boxing still an Olympic sport? I heard nothing about boxing in the last Olympics.
It is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Fine. A legitimate Olympic sport that is not scripted, and you don't know the outcome beforehand. You're starting to mix those two mediums together. I can understand how that would be frustrating for people.
I mean, I will say in defense of wrestling, despite, and not to invalidate what you say, but despite what it is or appears to be today, it is an art form with a deep historic tradition that goes pretty far back. So it's not something to be, dismissed.
No, I don't mean to insinuate that
like
WWE is
that.
cheaper than boxing because it doesn't have the same history. WWE definitely does. Wrestling in general does. It's also multicultural. You have a long Spanish history of the luchadors.
Japanese wrestling is not to shake a stick at.
Oh, Japanese wrestling.
I love Japanese wrestling more than any other wrestling in the world. They might have picked it up after we taught it to them. Might have. But they've got their own forms of wrestling that are completely
legitimately ridiculous. It's hilarious.
I was going to say sumo wrestling dates back centuries.
Oh, yeah.
So they definitely do have an actual wrestling sport there. But sumo wrestling, unlike WWE, again, is not choreographed. And in sumo, you don't know who's going to win. So, anyway. That was fun. That was a fun diversion last week, seeing the internet get up in arms about this and seeing all the people who actually took it seriously and were just like, oh my god, Jake Paul's gonna get knocked out. No, not. Tyson's an old man. He's gonna die. It's like, yeah, no. No to all that.
So clearly the internet was wrestling with something.
Acceptable.
I just went for the button while you were still talking.
I'm sad. I'm just sad. I'm just sad.
How was your week, Masami?
It went fairly well. I mean,
No cars
it's now
flipped
getting
over.
actually rainy and cool out here, so like sandal weather.
It's November 18th and you haven't had a blizzard.
Unacceptable.
God damn.
Shocking, I know.
I was actually watching TV the other day. I saw a tourism ad for North Dakota. I thought that was pretty great, actually. They made a lot of good points about how it's a simple country with not a lot of people come to get away, and all the rest of that. And all I heard in my mind was, do you like South Dakota, but you don't like Mount Rushmore? Come to North Dakota.
I mean, you're not wrong. Well,
Enter North Dakota on one of our two highways.
I mean,
Not you've driven
pretty
those
much.
highways.
I have. Yes, I have.
Life is a highway.
Oh God, there's the DMCA again.
Oh, who was that? Bob
PMCA
Seger?
can bite my ass.
Who
Bite
sang
my
that song?
shiny metal ass.
Anyway.
What? Sorry,
Good.
Doug. What were you trying to say?
That's Futurama. I was trying to remember who sang Life is a Highway. I thought it was Bob
Rascal
Seger.
Flats.
No.
Rascal Flats.
Come on,
Flats.
Zero. You're not even trying anymore.
Yeah, I'm really not. I give up. I gave up earlier today.
Yeah, he's gone flat, it seems.
Oh,
I'll be able to tell you
this
in a second
funny.
if I can just get to my
Tom
fucking.
Cochran. That's his name.
Thank you. Yeah, Tom Cochran.
Tom Cochran.
Cochrane. Yep, Life is a
No.
Highway. The official
He
music
said
video is kind of
cock.
hilarious. Yeah, cock. Well, it's the cock. Whatever this is, we're cocks.
Are you saying it's all cocked up, Zero?
Yes.
Acceptable.
Because she made a dick pun.
Cocks. So Blizzard is giving out free Diablo 4 boosts, and I have no idea what this is about. Is anybody still playing the Diablo 4 season?
I haven't logged in since I completed the battle pass.
I never got the expansion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Altar of Blood, or what is it? What's it called? Vessel of Hatred.
Altar of Blood.
Whatever. It's
I mean,
you haven't seen enough B movies.
Perfectly legitimate.
It
Sure
really
will.
did.
Yeah, close enough.
Altar of Blood. You have intruded upon the ceremony of blood. Yeah, all right. Great B movies that we're never going to talk about. Moving on. So people that log in and participate in the Vessel of Hatred's latest season, the Season 4 Loot Reborn update, and its more recent Vessel of Hatred update, will be automatically leveled to 50, and they'll get a new set of gear, just like a Haedrig's Gift in Diablo 3, and it will unlock all of the Altars of Lilith if you haven't already ground those out in real life, in your eternal characters.
So you're saying they're desperate to regain players.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's 100% the reason why they're doing it.
Yeah, player numbers are a little low.
That's what that sounds like, is they're desperate to regain lost players because their numbers are way down from peak.
I'll be the first person to acknowledge that usually when I talk about Diablo 4, I talk about it from a stance of someone who is not interested in the game. I don't necessarily dislike it. I just don't. I'm disappointed that it didn't come out with the features that they worked long and hard to create for Diablo 3, and I suspect that they did that. Again, I've said all this before. I suspect that they did it so that they had content to dribble out for a few years at least, because coming up with new stuff is hard, and it's much more efficient and profitable to just sort of dribble out content. So yeah, I'll say that I'm a little cynical when it comes to D4, but I don't want them to have a bad time. I'm not happy that if their player numbers are down. I mean, I congratulate them that they're bringing back some mechanics from seasons in D3, but I acknowledge they also have to contend with a brand new crowd of kids that just got into Diablo for the first time with Diablo 4, and that's where we all heard that piss bitching and moaning about how, oh my god, you have to start a new character every season, you lose all your progress of the duty of all year. And I think that's nonsense.
I play Fortnite and I don't lose any of my stuff. Shut up. Go back to Fortnite.
We don't lose any of our levels when we do seasons on Fortnite. But there's seasons on Fortnite? Oh. Yeah. So anyway, I realize Blizzard has to contend with that crowd as well as the old gamers like me who were not entirely satisfied. Diablo 4 didn't launch with the content that it should have. And Jesus fucking Christ, 10 years between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. 6? Between the end of Diablo 3, or no, sorry. They didn't even stop. Their last season was after Diablo 4 had launched. Never mind. You could have taken more time, Blizzard. That's all I'm saying. You could have taken more time.
Well, I mean, I mean, they could be going the GTA route, which. How
Oh,
long's
yeah.
it been since they announced, or since we knew that there was going to be a GTA 6?
It's 2 years now, and they said that it's going to be like 2028 or something before GTA 6 comes out. And again, it's going to be on console first, and us PC players are going to have to wait a year.
But that's okay, because we know that it's going to be superior once it hits PC anyway. And I can say that because you guys peer pressured me into getting a PC.
Zero. Anybody who paid
peer pressure you into anything. We just shamed you for your poor choices.
And then you saw the light. I saw a sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw a sign.
Copyright.
Now she's copywriting us with bad music.
Like, you guys
Yes,
get whatever the jukebox delivers. You have no choice. You're stuck with whatever's in my head.
That's a scary
Copyright
thought.
strike.
Yeah, I constantly have the Andy Griffith theme rolling through my head, so figure that out.
I love the Old Spice theme.
What?
Copy strike. Yeah. Wait, what?
What?
Oh, yeah, Zero. You say it's going to be superior when it hits PC. Anybody who paid $750 for a PS5 Pro or whatever the fuck is going to find out where you live and come hit you, or try to hit you anyway. They might just miss.
Let me be 100% clear on this, because you guys know my friend Merc who streams. He's doing a PoE2 launch stream, and he's doing a giveaway of a PS5 Pro. And I said, please do not tell me you went out and actually purchased a PS5 Pro just to give it away. And he was like, yeah. I was like, why? I said, you could have just bought a low-end PC and given that away.
You could have given someone a $500 gift certificate.
That's what I told him. I said, you legitimately could have just written me a check for $700, and I would have, I could have shown you how to better spend that money.
Give me a $500 gift certificate to Best Buy so that I can go there and argue with their DVD department about why they don't sell porn.
Doc, you don't need to buy porn. You have how many terabytes?
I haven't. It's true. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. Yep.
In fact, I believe you're probably. I'm sure you're probably past terabytes at this point.
I was about to say, he's probably up in petabytes by now.
That's a lot of drives. I don't have that much space in my workstation here for that many drives. I don't have a chassis that can hold that many drives. Because there are 24 terabyte drives out there. I think they're Western Digital Red or they're Barracudas, and they're meant for RAID. But there do exist high volume terabyte drives.
Are you saying it'll drive you crazy?
That's a 3-pointer.
Ow.
What's the matter, Doc? You don't trust your porn to the cloud?
What? No. I don't want the cloud to have my porn. That's my porn.
No. It's my porn.
Yeah. Fuck Amazon Web Services. It's bad enough the last Windows 10 update put fucking Copilot on my machine. I shut that shit down immediately.
You know that they're ending support for Windows 10 in 2025, right?
Yeah. That's
Well, that means you've got to get Windows 11.
I don't Oh, that's not true. The board that I have does have an option for I think it's a TCP or a TCM, Trusted Computing something.
Yeah.
I do.
That fun chip you gotta have 2.0 for 11.
Yeah, I do actually have a socket for that in my motherboard, so I could install a TPM. I think it's a TPM module, Trusted Platform.
Yeah, something like that.
It used to be, okay, back in 2004, it was called Trusted Computing. I remember that when it came out because everyone in my comp sci class was vehemently against Microsoft having the ability to scan all hardware on our computer to make sure that it was, air quotes, legitimate. So that went nowhere. Now, Windows 11 actually does have hardware, hardware driver enforcement, hardware and software enforcement. So yeah, Trusted Platform, I think it's TPM now. But yeah, I don't know. I told you guys I'm probably gonna just switch entirely over to Linux because besides Warframe, there's not a lot that I use Windows for anymore. Everything that I use has a Linux variant. Yeah. Speaking of Linux, there are more people. Did you guys know that there are more people playing Half-Life 2 right now than at any other point since Steam started keeping track of game statistics?
Why does that not surprise me?
Everyone's playing Half-Life 2, or more people than ever before have been playing Half-Life 2. There was a 24-hour peak of
free.
there was a 24-hour peak of 52,000 players, and this was the 16th.
It's no longer free. It's currently only 99 cents on sale, and they announced that there is going to be an update coming out for Half-Life 2, I believe. Where did I see this? But yeah, they gave it away for free like a weekend ago. So that's why it's so popular at the moment.
That's good. It's good that there are people still paying attention to that, and they can get a little bit of exposure to classic gaming. That's Half-Life 2 is now a classic game.
Oh God, make me feel old as fuck.
Yeah, original Super Mario has passed into the Oldies 103 station, and now our classic rock is full of Half-Life 2.
There was a video I saw earlier today, songs that turn 20 this year, and Coming Undone by Korn was on that list, and I was like, oh God. Because I was one of those kids. I loved Korn. Still love Korn, honestly.
Twist. Hi, Future Eliteness. Go listen to Twist by Korn. He likes that song. We both like that song.
Doesn't leave you twisting it.
Unacceptable.
Come on
Nope.
now. Come on now.
That's low-hanging fruit.
The other thing, Omega posted this. I thought this was interesting. NVIDIA has reportedly killed production of all RTX 40s, apart from the 4050 and the 4060, because they think that the 50 series GPU is going to arrive earlier than expected and it's going to be cheaper. And not only an upgrade, but it's going to be cheaper. I think this in coordination with... Wait, there's another article here. Oh yeah, the top 10 best-selling CPUs on Amazon this past week have all been AMD chips, with the top of Intel's game shoved down to 12th place. So I think AMD is making a market comeback not only in their processors, which are in extremely high demand. I think it's the 9700 3D or something that came out that was just the 9800X 3D. Excuse me. Came out and was just like gone in a day, and their GPUs are also selling really well. So I think that Intel right now and is kind of hurting, and Nvidia is obviously sorry, Intel is hurting, Nvidia is hurting. Nvidia and Intel are linked. So I think AMD is fucking punching the market, which is great. It's about fucking time they came back. Anybody gonna buy an RTX 50 series?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, I'm going to buy 5 of them and then sell them for double the price.
You're not supposed to say that part out loud.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
The thing this article mentioned was that the RTX 5090 and 5080 probably won't appear until January, which is... I mean, it's not bad. This article says that we won't have to wait till July or August. Maybe the release date got pushed up, but you think that they want these cards out for, Christmas? Somewhere around there?
Why would you want to do that? Who likes money? I don't like money.
Oh, god damn it. Who married Kristen Bell? He was an idiocracy. I like Monty.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
That guy.
He's a good actor. Dax Shepard. Yeah. Dax Shepard likes money, so he would like to see the RTX 50s out by Christmas, but yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do? Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Zero, did you get a loot box?
You get after level 30, you get 1 per level.
You got a scarf.
Yep. That immediately turned into textile cash because I've already collected it.
Oh god, I remember premium credits from the original Division. Fuck, how did they manage to get... Oh, well, no, how did they manage to get around that? The Ubisoft, the original Division, if I remember, got, like, fucking sued to shit in Europe because of their loot box mechanics.
Don't know how they got around it. I guess it's because it's all cosmetic.
No, because it's RNG. You're not like guaranteed to get a certain item out of a box. It's fucking gambling. You can pay real money to gamble in the game. I remember discussing this with Frelly at length years ago.
Oh, please. Let's go to the store.
Oh yeah, look at those premium credits.
Yeah. 0.
Oh, I was talking about for that sweet not a vector. I'm as bad as CNN. What kind of gun is this? Not a vector. It's an AR-15 style rifle.
Oh my god.
Everything.
Every rifle
Everything is an AR-15
style rifle.
Because you can't actually bother to tell your audience gun model numbers because it'll confuse them and yeah, it's very...
because your average American knows gun, knows rifle,
yeah, it's a rifle
pistol,
or a pistol.
Revolver.
Oh, I completely forgot about revolvers. See, that's confusing. How do you tell the difference between a pistol and a revolver?
Revolver uses 6 to 8 individual chambers, whereas a pistol, generally a pistol will use a magazine of between 8 and 12 or 8 and 18 rounds, depending on the pistol.
Now, what's the difference between a chamber and a magazine?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll do this later.
There's nothing wrong with going out there and learning about stuff. I'm not trying to disparage people who don't know a lot about guns. Please, just learn more about guns. Learn about responsible gun ownership. Learn about gun safety. Learn about why gun safety is important in our country and about what you should be teaching your kids about guns and responsible gun ownership. And pay the fuck attention to your kids when they say that they're sad or depressed or getting bullied at school, because it's important.
Yes, 100%.
Anyway.
I 100% agree with that.
Zero was about to subscribe Doc to some magazines.
No, I know of 0 magazines. Jesus Christ, that turret means business.
Yep, sniper rifle turret.
Nice. There's no magazine or anything related to gun ownership that I take seriously, and that I have found that I can take seriously anymore. It seems like they're all just interested in selling you shit.
I'm on fire.
You are on fire and hurting. Okay. Good job.
Armed hostile detected. Really?
Yeah, he's big and he's yellow and he's got grenades. God damn, this game is too interesting to watch. Stop.
Yeah.
So, Zero, what was that rant?
So you've got the article pulled up, right?
Polygon's Game of the Year, which 2024 Game Awards will win?
Okay, so let me be 100% clear when I say this, and I'm saying this with my whole fucking chest. DLCs, remasters, and remakes should not be considered for Game of the fucking Year. Period. End of statement. The fact that Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I forget what the other one is, are even being considered for Game of the Year is fucking stupid. You know what's even more stupid? The Destiny 2 is being considered for ongoing Game of the Year. That game is ass. Even though I used to love it.
Jesus.
Game is ass.
You're saying
I
it's
don't-
asinine?
Very.
That's
This
a
ass actually a
three-pointer.
10. Heyo.
I was just
But
about to say, don't hit that fucking button.
My
Megan's
hand
about to throw me out of chat, I think.
my hand is resting right next to the keypad, so
No,
I just reached my thumb out.
I think Omega was talking about me saying my ass is a 10.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
no, I was
never.
talking about Masami's pun.
See,
Oh,
I'm right.
okay.
I knew he was.
um,
I know hate when I hear it.
but
Very particular.
it's there should be separate.
Best DLC.
There should be separate categories for DLC and for
See, I
remakes and remasters and shit like that. It's the
I-
way that it should be.
I don't want to encourage best DLC. I think that would be a horrible category because it would just encourage more game makers to put out DLC for their games instead of completing like real games. I know that's vain at this point. That's completely pointless. They're gonna do it. And as for best remaster, I mean, yeah, maybe that's nice and there's a place for that, but I don't want the video game industry is already coming dangerously close to the Hollywood industry, and that the major studios are not putting out brand new ideas. They're putting out sequels. They're putting out remasters of their old games that were good. I don't want that shit. I would rather just disbar or disqualify any single AAA company, any company that made over a certain amount of money in the last year. Disqualify them from opening or from being in the Game Awards. Let's do fucking indie Game Awards. Let's see the smaller titles. I want to see Frostpunk in there. I want to see Timberborn as a fucking.
Listen, but like, I get what you're saying, but that's a different awards show. Like, people don't tune into the Oscars to like
see indie movies,
films, and
I
indie
know.
movies. And
Yeah,
like,
they go to Sundance. I know.
yeah, so I don't disagree with what you're saying. That's something that sucks, but kind of is just what it is.
I'm not a fan of the argument, but yeah,
It doesn't make sense to me that. I mean, look, I get it. Elden Ring was a good game. I've never played it because that particular style of game. I would probably break more monitors and have to have a contractor on constant call because I would put my fist, face, and foot through every wall in my house. I have rage issues. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I have rage issues.
No shit.
Walking through your hallway and there's just a big dent in the drywall. And you're just like, what's this? And you're like, that's where I banged my head. Yeah, banged my head because Elden Ring. Then on the wall opposite to that, lower down, there's an even bigger dent in the concrete. And I'm just like, so what's this one? You're just like, slammed my ass into the other wall while I was banging my head on the other wall. Just full wrecking ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Oh my god, copyright.
Linus will be happy with that one though.
Yeah, but seriously though, I mean, it is one of those things because they do have a separate category that the ongoing game. Why is Elden Ring not being considered for that one?
Yeah.
Diablo's in there. It's a DLC. It's an expansion.
Diablo's a live service game. Elden Ring is not. Or is it? Is it a live service game?
I don't know if it would be considered a
I
live
don't
service
believe
game.
so. I mean, it's got an online component, but I wouldn't consider it a live service. I watched and go through it twice, which miraculously did not result in any patching of anything or any breaking. Somehow I'm not sure how, but I to kind of go back to Doc's point, I think the solution to the problem is that companies have to find new ideas that aren't rehashes or revamps or expansions that are profitable, and they're not willing to take the risk because new ideas probably flop more than they're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I was having this
Sadly.
discussion last week, and I brought, as silly as it seems to me these days, I brought up a George Lucas quote from a long time ago where George Lucas was speaking in an interview. I think this was during the Indiana Jones era, so mid-'80s, early '80s, where he was saying that a movie studio coming up with a brand new movie, going out there and making a brand new concept, a brand new movie, and something groundbreaking is a bit like finding a gambling savant, a kid who's really good at going to a casino and winning money. He doesn't always win, but when he wins big. And the company gives that kid a couple $1 million and says, go to the casino, make that money back. That's what the system used to be. But nowadays, the company wants to find the savant who's really good at gambling and usually wins the casino, and they want to give him a couple $1 million, and they want to go to the casino with him, and they want to stand over his shoulder, and they want to say, market research says that you should bet on black, or market statistics tell us that if you fold right now, you have a better chance of winning the next hand. You're interfering with a creative process. You're interfering with a process that you know nothing about. And you're doing it with math and statistics, and that's what we've turned into in the movie industry and the gaming industry. So you're right, Masami. They don't want to take risks because there is a chance that they could be... you can bet safe on a property that already exists and has maybe a built-in audience, or you can play it loose and come up with something completely brand new, and it's going to be a huge risk, and your shareholders might kick you out as a creative director if you decide to do that.
Yeah, which is why you see like lots of indie game companies, once their game hits it big, they get bought up, gobbled, because they've now got a proven product, a proven process.
Right, and that's usually when things start going downhill. Not always, but it's a much more of a distinct possibility than prior to having been bought. So, oh well. What can we do? We cannot watch the Game Awards. We can let Zero do it for us.
I'm not doing it.
Aww.
No, I'll do it. I'll suffer. I'll drink that night. How about that?
See,
You guys can come
yeah.
into chat. You guys can come into chat. I will live stream it, and I will get shit faced.
That's a good idea. We'll have a drinking night. We haven't had a drinking night in a very long time.
Only request that I have, Doc, please don't record me. We
Okay.
don't need that getting out in the public.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So keep it for your private collection where you store all the Leetness's recordings.
Private?
Yes. He uploads those to the cloud. Those are the one thing that are not safe from the cloud.
No!
I would put my penis in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Private my ass. What about my ass?
I would put my penis in it.
Oh,
hey,
thanks, Leetness.
heyo.
Oh, he's a good sport.
He really is. Did you know that he vomited? Was it he vomited across state lines?
Oh, he projectile vomited across state lines. I recall him mentioning that.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He has discussed it on occasion.
He's got an interstate digestive tract now.
I don't even have those loaded. But yes, I do have that one.
You did it one time.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
It was before I reset this computer. It's been a year since I reset this computer because Unella got badly messed up and she got her new home. But yeah, that was the last time I set up the soundboard, and I only dragged in the sounds that I was using. So yeah, I gotta get those golden quotes back. Oh, and
Happy
Omega.
to have sounded it out for you.
Unacceptable.
Oh, sounding. Ooh, sounding.
Your booze give me life.
Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem. And Omega, yeah, last year when I was going through the podcast, I discovered that you posted 2 waveforms of Grain Does Games, and it was her. What it was her of. I've handled plenty of tools in my life, thank you. So I grabbed both of those. Yeah, I grabbed both of those, and I got to level them and put them onto the board. But those are pretty great. She's a treasure.
Yeah, I forgot that I clipped those.
Why do I feel like I'm being followed? Why am I being...
It's a game, Zero. Do you mean followed in real life?
No, that I had apparently thrown my seeker mine and it didn't explode like I wanted it to, and
Oh, you have a friend.
it
Yeah.
and it creeped me out because I'm not used to. I normally have the game sound being pumped through my speakers, and I don't hear the mine following me around. So it kind of creeped me out a little bit, not gonna lie.
We used to do that skill in Division 1 where you could break that up from 1 into 3, and then Frelly
Yep.
usually used them. You would just throw them out and they would follow them around. The whole
Cluster
time.
mines.
It was really nice. Oh, you saw you
I
go
think
for that grenade.
My favorite, I think my favorite skill in Division 2 after you get to 30 is the this little drone can actually become a mortar launcher. The only thing about it is wildly deadly. It is horribly inaccurate.
Ah.
I like the control of the sniper because it literally points the laser at where I want it to shoot, and then I get to choose whether or not it fires. It doesn't. The AI does not do it for me.
I remember. I don't think I've spoken about this, but you're reminding me of it now. I remember playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint with GT way back in the day, and it was he didn't play a whole lot of Breakpoint. We mainly played Wildlands together, but we were playing Breakpoint together one time, and we were at a compound, and we were up on a cliff, and we had sniped basically all the bad guys in the compound, but there was one guy who was at the far end of the compound, as far away from us as you could get, and he was hiding behind a building. He was hiding behind just a little bit of cover. It was a wall that was just too high for us to snipe over. And so GT was sitting there. He's just like, so we should probably, you just want to go in, you want to go like, I'll go left, you go right, we come around, we flank this guy and end it. And I was just like, yeah. And while he was saying that, I had an underbarrel on my M4, and I was just sort of looking up into the sky. I was eyeballing it, and I just let off the mortar. I was just like, okay, yeah, let's go. And then we got the notification that I actually hit the dude.
Nice.
That's probably my proudest moment. GT was there with me, and he saw it, and he was there, and that was probably one of my proudest moments in Breakpoint. But that was also an example of how, for 5 minutes a day, I have godlike aim. I have no idea when the 5 minutes will be. I have no idea when it will start and when it will end, but it does happen.
I think because you get specializations now. I chose the M32 rotary grenade launcher, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Because
why wouldn't you?
If you can have a grenade launcher, why not?
To quote Tom Hardy, you mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Well, they also have a minigun, which is fun, but not nearly as satisfying as And I did this last night. I was playing this while my wife was working on her puzzle out in the kitchen, and she heard maniacal laughter coming out of the office, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Oh, I'm fine. They're just going to have to clean that guy up with a mop."
Yeah.
Because I shot a rotary grenade into his face and watched his body explode. Um and she goes, "It kind of worries me that you laughed like that at seeing somebody's body explode." I said, "I am extremely twisted."
It's not a person. It's pixels.
It is pixels, but at the same time, it kind of weirded her out a little bit. It also weirds her out that I enjoy watching, like, you know, the tapes with Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy, and hearing these.
Oh, serial killer
Yeah.
porn.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, the South Park still an episode too.
So, but yeah, no, it's just super fun splattering somebody's head all over a car.
Man. So anyway, yeah, what are the contenders for oh no, here's an actual article on it.
Astrobot, which
Yeah.
I think is dumb. That's more of like a playground game than an actual game.
Well, it's also been nominated in the family category, and it's people definitely like it, and I guess they liked it enough to put it up for GOTY. Maybe it's not a serious contender, but if it really is that popular, I've never played it, then it's got a chance in the family category. Metaphor.
You know what?
Refantazio. I don't know what Zero.
What was that one?
Metaphor : Refantazio.
No idea. I know Stellar Blade, I think, is also in the Game of the Year category, which it doesn't stand a chance.
No, I don't think that it is. Black Myth Wukong made it in there, despite people thinking that it wasn't for some reason, even though it's like over 10 million copies sold. The last time I checked, it's probably way more now. Elden Ring, yeah, because of the DLC, and then Balatro, which, did we talk about Balatro before? Was this a game that
It's that poker horror game.
Yeah, okay.
8-bit.
Yeah, it is. It's the weakness. Polygon says its weaknesses are it's purely systematic card game with zero narrative elements, something that does not historically go over well at the Game Awards. There's a question mark over how broad its international appeal is, an important factor for TGA's diverse voting jury. So Polygon and there's no such thing as gaming journalism, and I hate basically everything that I go to for gaming news. For an example of why I do. There's also a question mark over how broad its international appeal is, an important factor for TGA's diverse voting jury. This from the same writer that said Black Myth Wukong isn't going to make it because it's primarily for a Chinese audience, even though it was advertised as shit in the United States and Europe and sold millions of copies internationally. Get your fucking story straight.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I loved watching again, Black Myth Wukong is another one of those ones. It is a Souls-like game that has a very, very deep story that ties back to, what was it, Journey to the East or West, whatever it was. And it was amazing. I loved watching people play it. I can't play it because I'll punch a wall. But it is that's the one that I hope wins this year, because it deserves it. It's got the same following as it's got the same following that BG3 had last year.
See, that's interesting. I was going to bet that you were going to root for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
No, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I don't like the changes that they made to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't like I do not like the active battle system in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I am a bit of a Final Fantasy purist when it comes to that. I liked the turn-based.
You're a grumpy old
The
man.
turn-based gameplay. Yes,
Grumpy
I
old
am a
man.
grumpy old man, and I do like to yell at clouds.
Thank you.
I knew where you were going with that. But it's one of those things that it's a great game. I won't play it because I don't like the combat system. I don't like the active combat system.
So yeah, the serious contenders would seem to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree, and Black Myth Wukong.
If either of those first two, the Elden Ring or Final Fantasy VII wins, in my opinion, the VGAs are dead. I mean, they're pretty much dead as it is. But
They're where we go for our yearly dose of cringe.
right.
And Devolver Digital doesn't do video presentations anymore. So yeah, it's pretty much 100% cringe now. No, Omega, I'm sorry, I think I talked over you earlier.
I don't know what I was going to say. Say anything important.
I can give you something new to talk about though. There's an oldie but a goldie coming back, if you can call it an oldie. It's almost a year old now. Baldur's Gate 3 is returning for even more gold medals in the 2024 Gaming Awards. They're going up for I think it's best community service. What is this? Seven nominations and blah 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 blah. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is vying for the Best Community Support Award. It's going up alongside Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Of all of those, I hope that BG3 wins, just because it would be hilarious for it to keep on winning a year after it came out in the only legitimate category that it qualifies for. So yeah, here's actual lists of things.
I will be 100% honest with you. I think Helldivers will win that one. Simply because they have a guy that sits at a computer and legitimately controls the way that the game runs.
But don't forget in the past year, there was one instance where Helldivers changed, I think, seasonal ladders and divided them into two, and the community fucking hated that. So they faced massive backlash, and we just covered an article last week about how Helldivers has to go through a... Oh, no, that's Apex. Sorry, I'm thinking of Apex. Yeah, Helldivers. Fucking go for it. I just had to full spin around that one, because I can't tell the difference between Helldivers 2 and Apex Legends. I'm sure they're different somehow. And, oh, Omega, you posted this one, and it has to do with the platform one of the platforms we're streaming on right now. Significant Twitch advertisers pause spending over anti-Semitism concerns.
Yeah, I just saw this a little bit before we came on, and I think it's kind of hilarious.
Controversy started in October when it was revealed that Twitch had prevented users in Israel from joining the streaming platform for a full year following October 7th, 2023. They did? This is a very recent report by a man named Richard Lewis. And I'm not sure if Twitch has commented on this.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about it before this.
Oh, in an attempt to be more advertiser-friendly, Twitch added a new stream label for political and sensitive social issues, allowing companies to opt out of having their ads on that content. So there are obviously people who use Twitch as a political soapbox.
Hassan Piker's the main one.
I mean, there's many. Yeah, that's a pretty common just chatting topic.
But yeah, this so you have significant advertisers, quote significant, that are pausing all their spending on Twitch because they feel like this guy, Twitch's CEO, Dan Clancy,
Damn.
has politicized Twitch, which I don't know if that's not something that he's allowed to do as the owner of the fucking company. I mean, if he wants to take it that direction, then all right. But it is up to advertisers where they get to spend their money. So
Right.
thought that's interesting. I don't think of Twitch as a place to go for news or to have a political conversation or go for any sort of unbiased information. But I might be in a minority.
No, I mean, I definitely think the people who use Twitch for that are the minority
I hope
in
so.
the grand scheme. But yeah, it's not that outlandish to me. That yeah, I mean, what's the difference between a Twitch live stream or a YouTube show or whatever? It's just a platform for people to use. Yeah, I think it also, to a degree, makes sense to let advertisers opt out of that content. It sucks for those creators who are going to be losing, advertising from it. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I get the impression that the pause in spending will affect more people than the people who are potentially involved in the alleged activity that the advertisers do not approve of.
Yeah.
So yeah, there will be spillover, and it'll affect people who don't deserve it, or who have nothing to do with it. I should say that.
Well, it's always frustrating when accusations of anti-Semitism are thrown around and, to a degree, weaponized.
And as long as we're on the topic, I've found an article about. Let's see. It's Steam is a quote unsafe place for teens and young adults. U.S. Senator warns Gabe Newell of more intense scrutiny from the government if Valve doesn't take action against extremist content. And this came out of U.S. Senator Mark Warner. Zero. Him. Comes less than a week after an ADL report accusing Steam of normalizing hate and extremism in the gaming community. There's a lot of boilerplate language here that I would definitely expect from a government report, making it sound basically like Steam is run by Nazis and they're cool with any anti-Semitic or Nazi-like content on their platform. I'll say this. When somebody gets reported to the Steam moderating community, the Steam moderating community acts very swiftly. But if nobody reports it, I have noticed, just in my own personal experience, that these groups do exist under the radar. They don't really interact with anyone. They're private, or they are so obscure that you would never really notice them. And if you don't report them, and if you don't say anything about them, then Steam's mods are probably not going to notice either. I don't think that's unusual. I think that's how most communities on the internet work, especially communities that are as large as Steam is. I'm speaking as my experience being a moderator on forums going back, like 30 years now. I was part of some larger sites, and it was extremely helpful at a certain point. At a certain point, when your site gets so big and you have so many different areas to moderate, and you have such a large moderation team, it only works if you have other users that are out there that aren't afraid to press the report button. Otherwise, stuff slips by.
Well, and a lot of because I believe this happened a few years ago as well. There were several games that were put out there that people were just like, hey, we need to moderate the games that are being, put up on Steam. And Gabe Newell came out and said, hey, no, if people are going to vote, or if people are going to be on this platform, let them vote with their dollars. If they don't want a game and the game, then don't let them play the game. Let people.
I think there definitely are. We've covered some games that are like extremist games on this
Yeah.
podcast. Most of them are like funny. It's like BDSM Hitler. All right, that's
Yeah.
funny. That's not going out encouraging people to be
Hilarious.
Nazis or encouraging
Right.
to be dominatrixes. That's just like, wouldn't it be funny if you dressed Hitler up in skin tight leather and shoved a giant dildo up his ass? Yes. Yes, I do find that funny. Thank you. I think this is more talking about just smaller communities. You don't have to be attached to a game in order to make a Steam group or to make a Steam community. I think that this report seems to be talking more about that than about Steam allowing racist or bigoted games on their platform. The games doesn't really come up much in this article. Also, there are the people who are always in the comments. And most of the comments that I read from developers are all the same. It's just like, dead game, no one cares, too little, too late, go fuck yourself, or, oh my god, thank you so much for continuing to release DLC that I can buy. So it usually falls into one of those three categories. I don't really notice a lot of, anti-Semitic. I don't really notice a lot of hateful shit on Steam at all. Unless it's directed towards a specific developer for doing something stupid. Like everything Lost Ark does.
I mean, I would want to see what the examples are. Is it like, some assholes in the comments saying racist or anti-Semitic things? Because that's in literally every comment section or chat section of any platform. You'll find that because people are just shitty.
So it was to answer that. That is an excellent next question to ask. This Senator Warner's speech or statement today is backed by an Anti-Defamation League report that came out. Let's see. Oh, geez. Well, this was only published on the 14th of November this year. So the ADL said that its report is, quote, based on what it describes as an unprecedented platform-wide analysis of public data on Steam, including more than 458 million user profiles. Oh boy, I hope they found mine. 152 million profile and user group avatar images, and 610 million user comments. The ADL's Center on Extremism found millions of examples of extremist and hateful content, including explicit hate symbols like sonarads and happy merchants, as well as copy pastas, blocks of text that are copied and pasted from images, long-form writings, shaped like swastikas being shared on the platform. So the ADL ostensibly has a large report that I'm looking for a link here. I hope it's publicly available. Because that's a lot. That's a ton of data for them to have sifted through. And I would like to know the methods that they use to sift through them. Millions of examples.
Keyword search crawl, honestly.
But they're identifying imagery. Like that's now you're talking about some form of pattern recognizing AI.
Machine learning, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably some sort of machine learning.
So it is backed up. There is an ADL report on this, and I won't say that I've ever... I don't actually remember ever coming across... I know the copy pastas they're talking about. You see those on fucking 4chan all the time, but I don't see those a lot on Steam. Or if I do, they get removed. There's not a lot of Nazi iconography, I don't think, that I've seen. But I guess if you root around long enough, then you're going to find a lot of it. And there are millions of users on Steam. Active and not. So, anyway.
I mean, let the ADL go into a COD lobby for longer than 5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, they are a decent organization. I think that there's a lot of I think that they miss on some things. I'm not gonna say, because of course they're human, and humans have, humans have a way of
Bias.
bias, and everybody has an agenda. Every person has an
Yeah.
agenda, whether you say you do or not. You have an agenda.
That's not true, Zero. I don't have an agenda.
Yeah, okay. You do have an agenda, putting out quality content every week for our fans.
Acceptable.
Podcasts do not have. They're very loose.
Right. Yeah, I have
No.
no fucking schedule. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're aware.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging my stupidity. I will play that back in court later, Masami.
I expect to see it next anniversary podcast.
Masami snide comments about my idiocy. Yeah, we can make a whole segment. I just got to keep softballing the opportunities into you. Oh,
I played softball. I can hit them.
Ew.
yeah. Zero,
Ew.
Zero. Back to what you said. I've seen more than a few meme videos. Well, probably my favorite one is somebody goes into a COD lobby. They just type in chat or in lobby chat, press 1 if you're racist, and it's just the entire lobby pressing 1. So that stuff, this is the difference, or this is maybe the problem. I look at that and I'm just like, ha! Yeah, I probably would have pressed 1 too. Not because like I want to advertise proudly to the world that I'm racist, but because it's fucking funny. But the ADL looks at that and they're just like, these people are being 100% serious. This is a problem.
Yes.
Racism is rampant. We're all going to tear each other apart if we don't put a cap on this right now. So it's the it's the line again. Where is the joke? Where's the line between the joke and hate? That's a very difficult line to establish or to find. Sometimes it usually gets easier with time, but you have to focus on individuals, not communities. So that's that. Yeah, expect a government inquiry into Steam.
Yeah.
And expect Gabe Newell to give 0 fucks.
Yeah.
It's a
I
gaming
will give it to
community, guys.
Gabe. He does not give a fuck. He definitely does not.
I'll give it to Gabe. We've seen some significant Steam updates in the past year, from the new Steam overlay in game to the Steam game recording to an update in TOS. Fuck you too, buddy.
The sounds of the city.
The sounds of the city. I love it.
I think Steam has gone on a good going in a good direction so far, and I think that Gabe does actually have consumers in mind when he or whoever is in charge of making policy at Steam these days go after this kind of shit. So I have no doubt that Gabe does not approve of hate speech on Steam, but I also remember that Gabe is an OG gamer from a generation that staunchly believed in, speech is speech. And unless you're inciting violence, if you're committing a federal felony on the platform, yeah, fuck you. But if you're just like, if you're telling bad jokes, then we're not going to police you. That being said, to go back to my original statement about how the Steam mod community just they're not really good at finding violations on their own. So maybe that is a problem that needs to be addressed. Who knows? Who can say? I'm sure that we will find out.
Stay tuned for further updates.
And remember back when that U.S. National Guardsman shared secrets for World of Tanks on his shared military secrets?
Yep.
For fucking World of Tanks, yeah. Well, this happened in my home state of Massachusetts, which I thought was shocking, but there are stupid people here too. I'm one of them. So that Eric Guardsman...
hilarious.
That guardsman got 15 years for leaking military secrets on a Minecraft Discord server. The scope of his betrayal is breathtaking. The amount of damage is immeasurable. So he going to jail for 15 years because he leaked military secrets on a fucking Discord server.
Like planned schematic for military for some of the U.S.'s top military vehicles.
It's important that World of Tanks gets it right.
Is accurate.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Jesus. Yeah. What was his name? His name is Jack Tixiera? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but yeah, he's going away. So, the moral of the story is that you don't...
Damn it, I jumped right into fire. Fuck!
I had to see. Oh, no, you're fine. Everything's
You're
fine.
Fired 0.
Oh.
No! No!
Yes, yes. Why are you wearing jorts in a military situation?
Because jorts are trendy. John Cena told me so. And if
God
John
damn.
Cena says it's okay, it's okay.
I don't think John Cena's ever had to crawl on his hands and knees through broken concrete.
He was the Marine, Doc.
You mean that documentary that was shot in real time?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, and also just to pile on to how well AMD is doing, there's an article I found about a teeny tiny little computer. It looks kinda like a small graphics card, but it's actually a fully formed PC with surprising performance. It's just this little, it's a little circuit board that fits in your hand, and it's got a big old fan on it, big old heat sink and a fan. And yeah, it's pretty sexy. There are between 16 and 32 gigabytes of RAM. It is an RDNA 3 iGPU. That's not bad. That's pretty good. It can do 1080p, and it can play Doom Eternal at 1080p on medium settings. And this is a computer that'll fit in the palm of your hand. That's pretty fucking good. I like that we're still using Doom as a marker of, can you play Doom on it? Yes. And it's got a Ryzen 7 7840HS.
Bless you.
So yeah, I just thought this was neat. I like mini computers. I like single board computers. They're so cute. And I bet that Unella would run exceptionally well on this. But yeah. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got, right? Yeah. Twitch mad. Air Guardsman. Steam is unsafe because of Nazis.
Google?
Yeah, the Google divestiture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that article? Court is pushing Google to spin off Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. I see. Do what?
You're being encouraged to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that absolutely happening. Publicly, you know, like for a good show, but I don't see a way for Chrome's. I don't see a way for the guts of Chrome and the guts of Google to ever be separated, just because the two projects are so well integrated. I mean, there's one nice thing I have to say about Chrome. It's that your Google account in it, the integration is fucking seamless.
Mm-hmm.
I hate everything else about it, but yeah. Oh, I saw an old meme. Do you guys remember the meme with the? It was a meme with two people that spoke English poorly, dad and son. And dad comes in as like, son, what are doing? Son says nothing. Dad says, eating chocolate, or something like that. And son's like, no. And dad says, open. And kid has chocolate in his mouth. Foundation of the meme, very old, like 7-8 years old at this point. Somebody did one with Windows as the dad and Chrome as the son, and Windows is like, what you doing? Eating RAM? No. Open mouth. And then, yeah, Google Chrome opens its mouth and it's full of RAM. I thought it was funny. Nobody in the thread got it. Nobody recognized
Ramming
the
it
meme.
in, apparently.
Acceptable.
Gotten too many tonight. She's gotten too many.
Makes my job easier. I never have to update the scroll for her.
Oh, I haven't played WoW in a week.
God damn it. You're telling me this now.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been too
The
busy
scroll
playing
has been wrong for a full hour and 20 minutes.
Sorry.
0.
I'll do better. I'll do better next time. I'll
No,
go.
no.
I'll go get the Masami. I need you to fly to Virginia. I've got the flogger out. Just come on down.
You know, that's a reward for you, 0. We don't do rewards here. You have to go without WoW for another week just so that Doc doesn't have to update. So that Doc can update the scroll and leave it there next.
Yeah, he'll have to update it again to say 2 weeks.
I'd love to do that.
That'll be the first time in history.
How's your GoFundMe going?
I've shut it down. Shut it down.
Oh. I don't mean to laugh at you, but Jesus fucking Christ. The balls on you to make a GoFundMe for a $90
I didn't actually make a GoFundMe.
That would have been a legendary. You should have done it, made a screen cap of it. It would have made the anniversary. Hell, it would have made this podcast. Shit. Yeah, you killed those bad guys. The more I watch you playing this game, the more I'm like, maybe I should play Division again.
Yes, come play the Division. Come.
I kind of want to play Breakpoint again.
Want to play Breakpoint? Yeah, I mean, that was a fucking solid game.
I still have a truck with a grenade launcher on it.
You do. It's a pretty great truck. You can fit a lot of dead bodies in that truck.
I think the 4-door vans are better for carrying them around.
Well, they're better for seeing inside, so that you can have, like, conversations as you go down the road with the dead people. They always have such interesting things to say and such interesting smells.
I mean, it's really useful for getting through the carpool lanes.
It is, that's true. There's a fucking incendiary grenade. Yeah, you found it. Never mind.
Oh.
You're good. So, this guy likes fire, does he?
Yep. No, you won't. There's
There
one
you
of
go.
his tanks
Pop.
gone.
Everybody loves the pop.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker!
There are 2 of these sons of bitches?
Oh, yeah. You need help, son.
Nah, I got this. This ain't my first rodeo.
Oh, wow.
Sponsored by Azusa. Damn, he snuck right the fuck up.
What was that about rodeos? There it is. There it is. Oh, steady, 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 steady. Oh, God. See, yeah, that's the thing. Like, how many bullets can one man take?
Oh, shit.
Yep. Situational awareness. Attaboy, fatal funnel. Is there still one in there? No, don't pay attention to me. Anyway. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go. Attaboy. You just walked by a fire extinguisher and you didn't shoot at it? Yeah, there he is. Alright, I'm not crazy.
Over 1 million damage. 1.3 mil on a damn grenade launcher to the face.
I thought that was funny about the evolution of the Division series. When we started off Division 1, we were doing like double-digit damage to bad guys. If you could get like 1.2k from a sniper rifle on a headshot, it was considered fucking P. And now, I think I snuck a peek at your damage earlier. It was like 63,000 DPS or something.
Oh yeah, 63,000 with a light machine gun. Easily.
What's that called? When Warframe releases weapons that are slowly more powerful, we call that power creep. What's it called when the damage numbers just keep on inflating? DPS creep?
Inflation? Wait. Topical! Sorry.
Yes, inflation exists.
Mhm. That was awesome.
So he so dramatically threw himself off the truck as he died. I'm imagining these people having like meetings before they go out and they patrol the streets. Just like, remember, if you ever see one of those division agents coming at you and he's about to kill you, don't forget to do a magnificent dive off the truck and scream just so he knows he got you. He'll remember you for that. It's like, yeah, but I'll still be dead, right? All right, let's go get him, team.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's all for the podcast. GG's everybody for coming along. Fuck Winnie the Pooh. Fuck Putin. Fuck Elon. Fuck Linus. Fuck Vince. Fuck Hursley. Fuck Nestle. Yeah, that's good. Okay, it's starting to sound. I'm starting to have a easier time remembering all that. So penis, and all the rest of it. No closing pun, Masami.
I didn't want to dish out any more punishment.
Yeah.
Oh!
Acceptable.